Hi, I'm Colin. Welcome to Learn Somatics. Today I want to show you how to use changing of your position a little bit during a back lift to help you to get into maybe an area in your back that is tighter than the other. So you're basically just going to adjust your position during your back lift to help you aim into a sore spot or a tight spot in your back. So to begin, we're going to lay on our front. So let's flip over. So we're going to begin with our two hands on the floor, like so, either side of our head, and our head turned to the right. So essentially, when we do a back lift, we pick up the head, and what that does is it engages all the extensors of the spine. You'll feel that when you lift up like this, you'll feel it all the way down into your lower back even. So that's fine. You can come up like that and come down, and you can pandiculate all those muscles very well. Now, say there's a position or an area in your back that's slightly off to one side. In this example, imagine I've got a little bit of discomfort or tightness in the right side of my back. How do I get into that? All you need to do is lift up your head, and while you're up, just start to drift over to the right. And I can immediately feel how that engages more of the right side of my back now. So now I can release that right side of my back more specifically. So from here, all you got to do is come on down, in place, nice and slow. So don't go back to the middle to come down, just come down in the spot that you're in and completely relax. And then we can repeat that a couple of times to make sure that we've got that spot that's tight and made it relax. So again, we just lift up in this same position. So now we're going into extension, but we're a little bit off to one side. I can feel this very clearly more on the right side. You can lift up a little more, so that you can make the feeling of tension in the right side of your back clearer. Once you're doing it on purpose, you can slowly pandiculate it, just relax back to the floor and let that relax completely. And we'll just do that 2 more times. So again, we're just lifting up, but we're keeping this sort of position of being slightly off to the right a bit more. And that enables us to aim into that right side of the back. Slowly down. Okay, and one last time, lifting up in this position where we're slightly over to the right, feeling how it engages more on the right side of our back rather than the left, and then slowly coming on down, relaxing all those muscles on the right hand side of our back. Okay, now let's bring ourselves back to what feels like the middle. And from here, let's just do a lift straight up and see how that feels. Okay, now when I lift up, I can actually feel more effort on my left side because my right side has been pandiculated and is working more efficiently now. It feels like less effort to do it from the middle. So now that I can feel it a bit more on my left side, let's repeat that on the other side. So now we've changed sides, your head is to the left, and we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to lift our head up, we can feel our back engage, and then we're going to drift to the left until we feel the left side of our back contract. And then from here, we're just going to come down, straight down in this sort of shifted over to the left position. And from here, we're going to repeat this lifting a couple of times. So again, we lift up, we stay over to the left, we can feel it more into the left side of our back, and then slowly come on down. And repeat that 2 more times, lifting the head up, keeping this sort of favoring to the left, making sure you can feel your left side of your back more contracted than your right. If you don't feel that, make an adjustment. Adjust yourself to either bring yourself more to the left, and you should feel it, and then you can come on down. Last time, staying to the left, lifting up the head, lifting up the chest, feeling it in the left side of the back, and then slowly coming on down. And now we'll just do a lift, keeping our head and trunk in the middle. And now that I've done both sides, that's starting to feel much more even in terms of the effort required by each side of my back. So we can do a couple of repetitions now, just lifting straight up but with the head turned left. So slowly come on down. Again, lifting up the head and chest, feeling how that engages the back. Slowly come on down. And then for one repetition, let's just add a little lift of the two legs as well. So as I lift my head, I'm just going to ever so slightly extend my two legs, lift them a little bit, so I take in the rest of the body, and then slowly come on down. And just do that once more. Lifting the head and chest with the head turned left, lifting the two legs, slowly come on down. So now we're laying flat, head turned to the right. Again, just pick up the head. We're not going to veer left or right, we're just going to lift straight up. Again, that's feeling much more even in terms of the effort I can feel either side of my back. Feels much more spread out between the two sides. And then slowly come on down, pandiculating the two sides of the back together now. Lifting the head and chest, feeling how we're getting into those back muscles. And then slowly coming down, we're deliberately relaxing the back muscles. And then just for 2 reps, we're going to add the legs again. Keep this nice and small movement. We're just going to lift the legs ever so slightly as we pick up the head. Now I can feel my glutes and the backs of my legs are involved, so it's a bit more complete. And then slowly come on down. To complete rest. And just do that one more time. So we're keeping our head turned to the right, but we're lifting the legs and the head and chest. And then we're coming down nice and slow. As long as you're going slow, you're giving your brain a chance to feel what's happening and make adjustments and relax. Complete relaxation. All right, so let's lay out on our backs and see how that feels. So once you're back on your back, you can start to get a sense of if there's any more comfort in how it feels in terms of your back resting on the floor. For me right now, that's starting to feel nice and comfortable. Like I've got much more contact with the table, and yeah, there's the whole, particularly that middle section of my back, feels much more comfortable and soft. So that's just a way of showing you how you can actually, you can do the movements, but you can also make an adjustment to a movement to get into an area that you feel is tight for you. So as a general rule of thumb, when you're doing your back lift, if you feel more tightness in the right hand side, if you drift your head and your body to the right, you'll start to move more into that spot, and then you can pandiculate it, and then vice versa for the other side. If you're tight on the left, you just drift to the left. So you can start to be more specific and more accurate with how you do your movements and really get into the areas that need it the most. So give that a try and let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear your experience of playing around with that. Leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.